Tonight on CBS, for the first time, and the only time, we present two historical interviews with two of the most known popular characterizations on record music by Capitol Records. We are referring to the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. And as a bonus interview tonight, we'll be discussing something important with the witch doctor. What this program is for you kids watching at home and the adults is to explain who he really is and how come you don't really know who he was while the records were still being performed. This is our special show tonight, the two historical interviews on CBS coming up next, so stay with us. We will be right back.
Follow Todd and Link to a mountain adventure with a pretty girl on Route 66 tonight on the CBS television network.
Tonight on CBS, we present two historical interviews with the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. And later on tonight, we'll be interviewing the witch doctor as well. My name is David Carter, and I am glad that you all could join us here on tonight's program. As you know, this is Saturday night, and most kids are probably watching the other networks. We won't say who they're watching, but we thought perhaps CBS might gain more of the Nielsen ratings by offering these interviews with a very, very historical and up to this point an unknown person. Nobody knows that actually the one that did the voice of the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater and the witch doctor was Alvin the Chipmunk. Alvin actually does his own TV show, of course, and he's done many record albums with his group, the Chipmunks. And tonight we have a chance to talk with him. I'm sorry, but you'll never know what he looks like because this has to be one of the most kept secrets in entertainment history, because we certainly couldn't let anybody know what he really looks like. Otherwise, you'd be mobbing him all the time for interviews and autographs. So let's bring out Alvin right now, and I'm going to ask him a couple of questions. Come on in, Alvin.
Well, hey kids, this is your friend. You probably don't even know that it was me, but maybe some of you did know that it was me that did the character of Witch Doctor. He was very famous, even on, I believe, my show we've had a couple of times. But, of course, you knew the record album was Capitol, so we pretty much knew y'all would figure it out without us having to say anything. But it's just great being here tonight to talk with you all, even though you can't see me. But I'm not trying to deliberately keep you in the dark of who I really am. Just wanted to bring this whole thing to light of who did these really funny songs you've heard on the radio and the records you've been buying. We figured it's time to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, and this way you all would know who we really are doing these performances on the radio and doing these records.
Well, Alvin, it's a great privilege having you on the show, and we don't know who might be watching the show tonight because you know, of course, that the most popular show on TV right now, at least Saturday nights, is the NBC show Star Trek, and also they're airing another really hip show, The Monkees. That's on ABC. Of course, I really shouldn't say who the networks are, but we really haven't found the right time slot for most of the shows we air here on CBS, and this being one of our rare chances we don't have anything to talk about, or at least that the shows we air don't seem to be getting a lot of ratings for the network, we figured we'd have you on the show and let you try and explain to us some things about the record itself. Now, this is only one song. You haven't done any others, right?
Yeah, that's right. We've done only one record. It's really just a hit single. And me and Dave Seville and some of the other guys on the record company with Capitol kind of did this little thing, and we decided it would be really, really funny for Halloween, so we really pushed it for the release during Halloween, actually last year. And, of course, nobody knows that I did also the voice of the Witch Doctor. But also I've done another famous song, and it's the One-Eyed, One-Horn, Flying Purple People Eater. Now, there's only about maybe 3 or 4 phrases I even say in the songs for the One-Eyed, One-Horn, Flying Purple People Eater. It's basically, I like short shorts. I won't eat you 'cause you're so tough. And I'm trying to think what else I did in that song. I don't think I'd done anything else. Most of it was just the song itself was being sung, and that's whenever they wanted me to come in and make something cute out of it. I gotta tell all of you kids that there is an episode on the Monkees that they did a homage to this song about the One-Eyed, One-Horn, Flying Purple People Eater. And it's the Monkees' last episode. It's a character that resembles the monster itself. And I suggest y'all all watch it. Oh, good. You guys have a couple of photographs you're going to show. Great. We had nothing to do with them deciding on how to show this, or even that they were going to, but they don't mention the song. They don't mention anything about the record. It's just that the cast decided we'd do something funny, or they would do something funny for the last episode of the series. And this monster actually did have the ability to telepathically control people. It had a power to transmit a subliminal message through television. And even in the time frame we're in right now, in the 60s, we had the ability to really send out subliminal messages, but I don't think a lot of people believe it. But the Frodis, I believe, the Frodis is what they mentioned that the monster had, the ability to control people's minds, manipulate them. And I never even mentioned that really in the song, but I think they've taken the idea, the premise of that, and they've gone beyond it. You know, they've gone something further, and I think it even is more funnier than what we originally had an idea to do for the song. And,
well, Alvin, let me take a break right this second, and I'll be right back, and we'll talk some more with you about the Witch Doctor right after this message.
Follow Todd and Link to a mountain adventure with a pretty girl on Route 66 tonight on the CBS television network.
I'm Gertie Smith. I was just like the woman who lived in a stew. I had so many children that I didn't know what to do about ironing, 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 ironing. Kind of gets you right here, doesn't it?
Then get NewSoft fabric softener. Just one capsule in the final rinse, and NewSoft proves you can cut ironing time. Because NewSoft renews the life detergents wash away. These pants were washed in detergent. They're stiff, wrinkled, need ironing. These pants were washed in the same detergent, then rinsed with NewSoft. They're soft, wrinkle-free, need no ironing. Look at the difference NewSoft makes. Many clothes you just fold and put away. No ironing. Because NewSoft renews the life detergents wash away.
Now, thanks to NewSoft, I have more time to play with the Blazers.
Okay, we're back again, ladies and gentlemen, kids, everybody who's watching tonight. This is a special CBS Saturday night special on 2 famous songs, the One-Eyed, One-Horn, Flying Purple People Eater and the Witch Doctor. And as I'm bringing it out to the first time on network television, it is actually Alvin the Chipmunk who did those 2 voices. Alvin is here in the studio with us, and we are sorry we have to keep him, as far as his identity, a secret, so we are not showing you his picture because we don't want to make it too much, Alvin, of a heartache for you going around town and people swamping you for autographs, because now, if we had shown what you look like, you would probably be a very, very shy chipmunk beyond what you already have shown in your career on television.
Yes, the Halloween song on One-Eyed, One-Horned Flying Purple People Eater is one song we did. But the main one, of course, is The Witch Doctor. And Dave Seville had a lot to do with it, as well as myself and the other people at EMI and Liberty. And I know we're not going to have too much time to do the show beyond what we've already discussed for the records, but let me just repeat the famous Witch Doctor that we've done on the show, or the record. It's actually a single. And there's another song that was done, but offhand, I've done so much stuff I can't even remember, but it goes, ee-oo-oo-ah-ah, ding-ding, walla-walla, bing-bang, ee-oo-oo-ah-ah, ding-ding, walla-walla, bing-bang. So, kids, there's your chance to know that it was really me that did the voice. I did the song, even though I did not actually sing the lyrics. That's the only part of it I did. But, one thing that probably nobody knows about the Witch Doctor song was, that phrase actually has some relative references to, these African tribes in, West Africa. You know, they have voodoo down there, and they got a lot of other stuff they do, and I've been told through, our writers and people that a lot of it was based on a real phrase. So it's not something that was just made up for the song, that it was funny sounding or whatever. It was actually based on a real phrase that the voodoo witch doctors used. And this was kind of like to control those who had done things like they had committed crimes in the tribes, and they used it to control them as zombies. And voodoo is a very, very real type of mystical power that is used down in Africa, and also they use it in New Orleans, in Louisiana. So it's not something totally new or radical. I mean, they've known about it for a long time. And that was another reason for doing the show tonight, was to explain some more in-depth facts about the two songs that were performed by myself and several other people. I'm not taking credit for it by myself. There's a lot of folks that were involved in it. But it's been fun having the chance to be here on the show with our host is David Carter. And I hope again to come back again and do other interviews, maybe about my animated show. But for now, it's only really about these two LP singles that I performed in the last 2 years. And they wanted to bring it to light of who was involved and what was involved in it. So I'll turn it back over to you, David.
Well, thank you, Alvin. It's been a privilege to have you on the show tonight, Alvin. And on behalf of all of us, CBS has had a lot of fun doing other things and specials with you in the past. And we hope you will come again and grace us with more of your funny and just comical routines. We love what you do on the Alvin Show. It really is a funny, funny show. So I know you've got to get on to other things. I know you've got a really busy schedule, Alvin. So in completion to the interview, I just thank you on behalf of CBS and for all those millions of children out there watching and listening on the radios. Thanks for coming tonight, Alvin, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, David. I gotta get going. Hey, kids, please watch my show. It's coming on again next Saturday morning. And, hey, you know what? We might bring this subject up in a future episode, so keep watching. Bye-bye.
Before we finish, I thought maybe we might have a hip and psychedelic ending to the show here. Girls in the Dancing Cage. On behalf of all of us at CBS, we thank you all for tuning in tonight, and we hope our Nelson ratings go up. So good night, and thank you again.